Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Netters Network Thursday Things. Now, before I bring in my guest for tonight, I want to introduce my co host. You all know him as, hey, that guy at the end of the bar, Karton the Klingon cleric, I can't talk. Last call with Troy Pacelli because he just changed his name. And of course, the love of my life, Troy Pacelli. How you doing tonight, sweetie? And what are you sipping on?
I am doing great. Thanks so much for having me. Also want to ask the chat to give us a sound check. Are we sounding good? Make sure that there's
no echoes or anything. I'm doing a new sound setup, so I want to make sure I sound okay to everybody.
I'm only wondering because I see you coming through. The ring around me is pulsing when you talk. So, but I don't hear that. So I need to know from the crowd. David says audio is good.
Awesome.
And since I'm talking, I'm not typing. So howdy, Aged Boomer, and howdy, David Pensack, and howdy to everybody else that I had already typed into the chat. And good evening, Evelyn Hampton. What am I sipping on? I am sipping on a black cherry, clear American sparkling water.
Well, that's funny. So am I.
It's a thirsty Thursday. Looking forward to a drink tomorrow night. Until then, I will stick with the water.
Yes, because tomorrow night is when he's going to be having a very special drink. What drink is that going to be, sweetie?
Tomorrow night, only because he bought me a drink shortly before someone else did. I'm going to be drinking a double iced White Russian, sponsored by John. I'm always messing up his name, and I should be much better at this. It's an Italian name. Pontorinero.
There you go.
So, yep, that's what I will be having tomorrow night.
Awesome. Now, without further ado, let me bring in our guest for tonight, Connie Cleary. How you doing tonight, Connie? And what are you sipping on?
Good, thank you. Coffee and water.
There's nothing wrong with coffee. How do you like your coffee?
Black.
Black as midnight on a moonless night.
And how?
There you go.
Unless you talk to some of our favorite mystery writers, and they say black is my soul.
That too.
You.
Almost spewed on that one. Evelyn is sipping on a smoothie made with dragon fruit, mixed berries, mango chunks, and apple juice. That sounds good.
Well, before we get too far into it, let's say hello to our chat. First on the scene, of course, was Deleted Scenes saying, hey, old chat.
Yep.
Don't forget to hit the like and share the stream. See, then we have, the Snetters person saying hi to people. We have the lovely Ladies Mists here in the chat saying hello to everyone. And of course, she always gives me little blue hearts. I love that. We have Last Call with Troy Pacelli. We have that guy in there. We have Miss Connie Cleary, who is our guest tonight, also saying hello to everyone in the chat.
Always encouraging. She gives us flowers. They say that women get flowers all the time. Men only get flowers when they die. But there's two women that give me flowers. Netter gives me lilacs every season, and Lady Mist in every chat. Thank you so much, Lady Mist.
And then, of course, one of the famous geeky geezers, Aged Boomer. How you doing, sweetie? D. Pensack, how you doing, sweetie? Final Fantasy Fan 012, how you doing, sweetie? Let's see, we have Evelyn Hampton, which Troy beat me to the punch and said hello to already. We have Kyle Cullen, Vulcan salute. Let's see. Oh, we have Edward Stewart, and I need to drop one of my hi sweeties into the chat.
Yeah, Edward Stewart is from. I'm sorry, Edward's from the Dino's channel.
Yep, he's good people. I've seen him around.
Yeah, nice. He's one of the mods.
Oh, wonderful. I'm going to have to make sure that I check out your channel and sub to you because I don't think I am yet. Let's see. We have Gorilla Random Thoughts. How you doing, sweetie? Of course, I got to drop one of my ones in there. There we go. Because I always say hi, sweetie, and I always drop a sweetie into the chat, too. And, of course, Delia's is so amazing and awesome. He is dropping everybody's link to their channel. So please make sure that you subscribe to everybody that's in the chat and to our guests. Of course, to me and Troy, if you're not already. And also make sure that you are still subscribed, people that you think you subscribe to, because YouTube likes to take those away.
Yep.
I just regained 3 subs that I lost over the course of a week. So it's like, yeah. Oh, we have the late horror show. How you doing?
Hey,
sweetie?
Dino. Yeah, we were just talking about you. Welcome.
Hi, Dino.
Gorilla Red Thought says, I thought the smoke in Minnesota was bad, and New York said, hold my double shot vanilla soy latte. Nice. Yeah.
Good comeback.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
Well, Edward, I don't see that you have any content on your channel yet, but I'm sure you will. And I just subscribed to you.
Yep, we're going to subscribe to you anyway, man, whether you got content or not.
And it's like, if you are interested in actually getting content on your channel, I can definitely help get you started on that. We've helped other smaller YouTubers get their channels started, just giving them ideas and just really the confidence to do it and having them on our streams to boost them up. So, we sub to you. We'd appreciate if you would sub back. I said, if you want to start a channel and actually have content on there, reach out to me or Troy. We're both on Twitter. We're happy to help you out.
Dino says that, like my coffee, sweet with cream. How much cream, Dino? My grandfather used to take it literally like half cream, half coffee. I was like, you want some coffee there? I mean, is that even coffee anymore?
I don't put that much cream in my coffee. I make it the color of caramel. So it's not too light, it's not too dark. And of course, there's at least 2 sugars in there, depending on how big the cup is. If it's one of those small coffee cups, then 1 sugar.
Sure.
If it's one of those coffee cups, 2 sugars.
Connie, you don't even take sugar in your coffee?
Nope.
I'm with you.
Haven't done it for over 30 years.
That's how I take it too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I end up putting sugar in mine just because I find that every time I've had coffee, it's been bitter, and the sugar helps to cut that bitterness, and the cream helps too.
I like the bitter. It helps wake me up.
Like the military coffee.
Yes. You're alive, That's why I like espresso too.
And Edward,
nothing wrong with that.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, everyone. Okay.
Logical Spock said that I only have 14 subs, would like more. Well, you're going to be my guest. Let's see, isn't that my next week? It is. It's my next week. On the 15th, we're going to have Logical Spock on. So I'm hoping that everyone will come back and join us for that so that Logical Spock can get some more subs to his channel.
That would be great.
But right now, we're here to talk about Connie and find out more about Connie, her channel, what her hobbies and interests are. So Connie, you showed us, you actually tweeted some to me, but you showed us some in the green room, some of your art. Can you show that to our honey? How do I just make her highlighted?
Right below the screen, you should have representations of different layouts. Just choose the one that.
Well, I try to, and it always ends up being me. Let's see. I'm gonna try this. Not doing anything. Which one? Because we're on this one right now.
Go with that one.
This one?
Yeah.
Nope, that's me.
No, we don't want to remove her. How do you choose somebody that you want to? Here, let me.
Oh wait, will this do it? Solo layout. There
yes,
we go.
There you go. Okay.
Figured it out. It's old timers here figuring out how to make things work.
Aged Boomer's in the chat, but we're doing the Boomer thing.
Hey, Boomer. All right. I made about 3 years ago.
And what are those made out of?
Clams. Real clam shells.
Wow. That's great.
The teeth are made from what?
Plastic. They're from you stick for the pumpkins for decorations after you cut them out.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
And this is supposed to be 2 different ones. I end up merging them together. I call them Clamenstein.
Nice. Nice.
Those are really cool.
Now, wait a minute. Let me see the one again. Klamenstein with the body. Yes, yes. So did you do that whole body too? And the
No.
eyes? Oh, okay.
It already had someone gave it to me a few years ago, and the head ended up popping off. That's how I became with him on that.
Clever. I see. Okay. Nice.
Yeah, it's really kind of cool.
And how did you start doing that?
I needed something different, so new, and just came to my head. So why not make it art?
Absolutely fair. And you probably know this already. I'm not on Facebook, so I don't see, what people share and whatnot. Do you share those out on social media, and do you sell them?
I'm thinking about doing that and starting doing that up a little bit here. So
sure, maybe
you can do that on
Etsy or eBay or whatever. Sure, absolutely.
You can even do it on Facebook Marketplace. I sell a bunch of different stuff on there. I just sold 2 plants on there. Got $40 tonight.
Oh, that's good. Well, also for what I have right now, there's a couple of people that actually know what entails what I'm going to be doing soon. I'm making it's like a graphic novel, 2 books maybe.
Wow. Sure.
With the clam creations I'm going to do. They're going to be my prototypes.
Nice. Interesting. I'll look forward to that.
I'm in the middle of doing that right now. So.
And so one topic we don't generally get into because it's not really our cup of tea, but I'm gonna ask because I see it there. Pittsburgh Steelers fan?
Yes. Yep.
Are you a big football fan?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's kind of outside of my wheelhouse. I don't have much to relate. We're going to claim nominal fandom of the Bears because we are in Chicago, but I couldn't tell you how they do season to season and who even plays on that team anymore.
Plus
no, that's fine.
Team. We got 2 baseball teams, 1 football team.
Yeah. Well, most people usually only have 1 team, so I don't know.
Special.
But yeah, good. So so here, this is the other question then. Are you originally from the Pittsburgh area? What got you to be a Pittsburgh fan?
I was born in Cleveland,
Ohio. There you go.
Ohio.
Okay.
So my grandpa was big into sports.
Uh-huh.
And he taught me the ins and outs. Whatever team you choose, be true to them. Don't matter what it is.
That's fair. And you focused on Pittsburgh. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, I totally get that. When it comes to baseball, I nominally claim the Sox as mine because my grandfather was a South Sider, so Sox fan. But Netta was always a North Sider, so she's a Cubs fan. So
I should have been wearing my Cubs shirt tonight.
Well, yeah, you didn't know I'd bring up sports, but there you go. So
that is a theme on every Thursday Things stream. I wear a blue shirt.
Yeah, it brings out her eyes.
It's my favorite color. Yeah, and it brings out my eyes because my eyes are very blue.
Yep.
So random thought. So there might be a time where I have trivia, and you'll have to remember things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And along with how many years of Troy and I've been married. And I might ask y'all to guess how old I am because you're going to be wrong.
Fact is, I have to do math for all of those. So
he has to do math for his own birthday.
Sometimes I just say, Netter, how old am I?
I just say, take the current year.
When you start getting into double digits, that's a lot to keep track of, I mean, come on, let's be fair here.
So now, Connie, you would also tell me about your birds. Unfortunately, it all passed away now, but tell me about your birds. You had, what kind were they? Were they parakeets or?
My tail in Tiberius Cleary was a Quaker. Pie Wacket was a dove. Wow. And Pie was 33 when he passed. That was like in 2021.
Wow.
Yeah. Sometimes they live to be 19, 20 years.
Wow.
We take very good care of our critters.
I
Wow.
didn't realize birds lived that long. Wow.
Yeah, some people
So-
don't.
So
They're
have
very
you always
social.
had birds?
Hmm?
Have you always had birds?
Yeah.
Wow.
For
So
50
when did-
years.
Wow. There you
How long?
go.
50 years.
That is a long time to have birds. Yeah.
And do you have any other critters?
No, not right now. But for my hobby job,
Mhm.
I'm nanny to several dogs, 2 cats, and a chinchilla.
Oh, well, it's not like you don't have animals in your life. That's good. I mean, for an
Mhm.
animal person, I know how important that can be.
Yeah.
No, there you go. There you go. So you were talking about a creative project that you're working on, what did you say? Like a graphic novel type of thing? that
Yeah.
you're working on?
Yeah.
Can you give us a little peek? Like what is the basic idea of the story? Little hint, little.
It's kind of like relations to the Atlanteans,
Oh, interesting.
Interesting.
Okay.
but underwater.
Yep.
Very nice.
Awesome.
Well, while you're writing it, you need like a set of eyes on there to make sure everything's flowing right, catch the grammar and all that.
Mhm.
It's like I've proofread for other people before. I'm happy to take a look
Yep.
for you.
Yep.
I mean, I know
Netter's good at that.
I'm by no means a professional editor,
Mhm.
but I've been reading novels since I was 4, so I kind of have an idea what I'm doing.
Sure. There you go. That's awesome. That's awesome. What other kinds of things do you like to do, Connie? How do you like to spend your free time?
Wherever I can, outside, inside, whatever.
Mhm.
Friends, family.
Do you watch any other? I mean, I see on so many channels on YouTube. Do you watch a lot of other movies or TV shows or anything, or is it really mostly YouTube for you?
I do have a good portion of YouTube, but I'm a sucker for horror,
Okay,
silent movies, the
sure,
whole thing.
sure. Yeah. Well, interestingly, the silent movies you could probably find on YouTube as well. So I mean,
Yeah.
there you go. But that's great. Horror movies, as in current horror movies, or just classic?
Mostly classic.
Fair enough.
So you're
Hold on
like
a second
you
here.
don't like the cut them up, slice them up, stab them up movies.
Wow.
Yeah, I like the classic horror. I like the horror that kind of makes you think, like what's that one we saw? The Others.
Oh yeah.
Where it's more you got to kind of think about
Yeah.
what's going on
The
there.
twist at the end and everything. Yeah.
I've never liked slasher films. They just give me the creeps. Yeah.
Yeah.
I cringe whenever there's one of those, like, no.
They're almost too real, to be honest with you. No,
I
get
tried watching, Chainsaw Massacre.
that. Uh-huh.
I watched all of the first 5 minutes of it, and there was a guy behind a curtain with a chainsaw, and like 3 people standing on the other side just talking, and he held the chainsaw up, and I'm like, nope, turned it off.
Nope. You noped out of that one.
Nope. Yeah, I totally noped out of it. It's like, no, I can't stand those sort of things.
I'm particular. Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Evil Dead franchise. I'm a sucker for
Okay.
them.
Would you believe I only ever saw the first one, and I don't even remember it that well? I really need to go back and watch those.
If you've seen it, I've seen it, and I don't remember it either.
No. I would have seen it before we got married, like way back when. But the thing is that I'm a big Bruce Campbell fan, so you'd think, but I just never went back.
I'm sure I've seen it. If you see me looking over, it's because my husband is literally 4 feet in front of me.
Yeah, exactly.
And so I'm looking over the top of my laptop to look at his face.
Yep.
You're the
Yep.
classic
So
stretch.
Well, she knows how it goes. She's been in the chat for a while. That's
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, part of the family, really. But
So now I want to know what made you decide to start a channel.
yeah,
Just to look up stuff.
Pardon?
I just for looking for whatever FYI DIYs, movies, whatnot.
Oh, okay. So that's what brought you to YouTube.
Right,
But then you started putting up your own videos. What
Yes.
prompted you to start doing that?
Preserve them for me.
Just cause. Fair.
Yeah, just
Okay.
because.
See, now that's
makes
really
sense.
fair. That's
Yeah.
really fair. Yeah, I get that entirely. Yeah, I never even thought about that. I guess a lot of people do, kind of put up just whatever, just to share with friends and family. I just felt like, in the world that we're in, I just felt like sometimes I just wanted to say some things to the world, try to get a message out of some kind of sanity and say what's wrong with all of you. But
Yeah.
I guess everyone's got their own voice. I think that's probably one of the best things about YouTube, or really any social media in a way.
Yeah.
Exactly. Now, you don't generally have guests on your channel, I'm presuming, because I don't recall seeing any where you had something like this going on. But if you were to have a guest, who would you love to have on as a guest to talk to?
Bruce Campbell.
There you go. There you go. That's
That would be
funny.
great.
I actually missed an opportunity to meet him. He was at a showing of, I want to say, Army of Darkness here in the Chicagoland area. And my buddy Chris actually got to go see him because the theater was literally, a quarter mile away from his house. So he and his wife just walked over there, stood in line, got the tickets, and they were able to meet him. I thought that was pretty cool. But
Nice.
Yeah, it's like I've done movie extra work before, so I've met different actors and all that. Some of them are really down to earth, and others are like, no.
yeah, it takes all kinds, I guess.
Unfortunately.
But I mean, that's people. That's people at school. That's people at work. You kind of get to know. Not everyone's cool.
Edward Stewart.
Yeah,
Bruce's cousin Mike.
Oh, that's cool.
It is cool.
Yep, that is really cool. We used to go to church with a guy who was cousins with Steve Buscemi.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just,
And he looks nothing like him.
no, they look nothing alike, not at all.
I know Steve Buscemi always looks like he's half dead because he's very, very pale.
Yeah.
And he's not very good looking.
Which is what makes that whole meme about hello, fellow youngsters, or whatever, just so hysterical, because he looks so the opposite.
Oh, this is funny. When I was talking about my blue shirt, my blue eyes, deleted scenes that I may be Fremen.
Yes.
There you
Good
go.
point.
It's the spice.
Yep. Absolutely. Well, Netter doesn't drive, so maybe she can, ride sandworms.
I can do that. I've ridden horses, so I'm sure I can ride a sandworm. Why not? It can't be that difficult.
I'm looking forward to that next Dune movie because that's when we'll get to see the sandworm riding. Absolutely.
Is Zendaya in that one?
Yep, she's gonna have a little bit bigger role in this one than she did in the last one.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, I presume, knowing the story, I should assume her character would.
You would hope.
Yeah, you would. Yeah.
But Edward says he was a senior when I was a freshman, and
We were on the track team together.
neat. There you go.
I remember running in school because when they made you, and I was faster than the boys. It's like they didn't like that. It's like, sorry, yeah, I'm a girl, but I can run fast. Now, for your creations that you show us with the clams, are you going to be making any more of those, or are you stopping there? Are you going to?
No, I'm actually going to be expanding more here soon. So,
Great. Are you going to use any other medium besides clamshells?
once I get all that situated, I'm going to go into production for like the plastic. It has some kind of metal or something like that, so they could move a little better.
Oh, wow.
Sure. There
That'd
you go.
be cool.
Neat.
I'm keeping the clams. They're my diagrams. So
That
Sure,
works.
sure. So you said you're originally from Cleveland. Are you still in the Cleveland area? Thereabouts?
I'm just east of Cleveland. I'm in
Okay.
East Lake.
Okay. From what I hear, Cleveland rocks. At least that's what I've heard from Drew Carey.
Yeah.
So have you? I'm guessing then you've seen like the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we drove through Cleveland. Technically, we could go to Cleveland a bunch when we visit my mom in Mansfield, but we drove through Cleveland to get literally to the other side of Cleveland because, and this was years ago, because that's where we were going to pick up that big Millennium Falcon that Netter got for me. And so we drove around, the city of Cleveland. We were thinking about maybe taking in some of the sites, maybe going to see the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. One thing I noticed that, coming from Chicago, it's not near as big a city. So it wasn't like, overwhelming to us.
Right.
But at the same time, it's that city traffic, and I was like, you know what? No, I don't want to see the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I want to just go home now.
And what was funny is we borrowed a French Jeep, figuring we could put the Falcon in kind of on an angle, and it would fit in the back.
It was too big.
It was too big. So we ended up strapping it to the top. And we had it wrapped with sheets and those moving padding.
Yeah.
All that. So you could still see what the shape was. We're driving down the expressway and people are honking and going,
because they could see it was the Millennium Falcon. But yeah, that was, still have that in the garage. Working on getting that decked out. But yeah. So that was the one time I went to Cleveland. My mom goes to Cleveland, I guess, all the time. It's only about an hour's drive for her, not even. And that's the only place she could find like an Italian deli. You can't get stuff like that in Mansfield.
It's hard to find good Italian food unless you make it yourself.
Well, and that's always the best, right? But when you need the cold cuts, when you need the whatever, the polenta, or whatever.
Bread your mom likes?
Oh,
it's not Brazil's. What is it?
Brazil, right?
Is it Brazil?
Yeah, the big pieces of stale bread that you put oil in.
Ohio. So there's an Italian place by us, and we'll pick up a couple packages for her, ship them out to her. They last her like pretty much a year because she only has them once in a while. And stale bread anyway, so it's going to get any staler.
We're going to be going out to visit her soon, and one thing she wants is that Pecorino Romano cheese, and that stuff's expensive. But you know what? We're just going to have to do it. She doesn't ask for much, so we're going to have to do that for her.
Can we get that from the Italian store by us?
We can get it anywhere. It's just expensive.
There's a little Italian mom and pop shop like that. Has all the Italian stuff in here, not too far from me. It's in Willwick or Wycliffe, or right over by from me. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
The little Italian store by us. It's actually the same place we got our wedding cake when we renewed our vows, and of course, because Troy likes cannoli cake, we had a 2-layer cannoli cake. It was really good. We froze it. The parts that were left over, we froze them, and so that. I think for the next 6-7 months afterwards, we go into the freezer, take a piece out, go in the freezer, take a piece out.
Exactly. It's kind of nice. It was a nice little treat. But yeah. So that's Cleveland. Let me ask you this. Do you guys still have like drive-in movies there?
Too far between.
Really?
Not many.
Yeah, that's.
I think there might be 1 or 2 in the state.
Oh, that's too bad. Yeah, the one that was closest to us closed up a few years back. Literally went opening night for all the Marvel films there because you almost never had too big a line there because people don't think to go there for your opening night. They were all going to the big cinemas and whatnot. But but I do remember the first time I saw Star Wars was in Ohio, and it was at a drive-in that my uncle took me to. I was just wondering if they still had them around there. Didn't think they did, but
Yeah, I know there's one in PA for sure.
oh yeah,
Yeah, I
okay,
think like in the middle of the state.
yeah. That's a bit of a drive though, right? That's got to be what, a good 4.5 hours from Cleveland.
Something like that.
Yeah, that's rough. That's rough. That's an all day kind of thing.
Yeah, me, I'll
Drive
make a whole
out.
day of it and stay over.
Yeah, you'd have to stay over almost. Yeah, because you don't want to drive back, 3 a.m. That's no. Yeah, that wouldn't be cool. But yeah. Edward says I still have one in Florida called the Silver Moon, just a couple miles down the road. That is a blessing. I would encourage you to go to every film you can see there. Patronize them as much as possible. Spend your money at the concession stands. That's where they make all their money.
That's the other thing about drive-ins. It's like you can bring in your own food. You can bring blankets and pillows and just kind of camp out in your car to watch the films and be really comfy like you would be at home. I love drive-ins.
That is true. I just something I miss so much.
I thought the one that was by us that closed reopened.
It didn't reopen. They were talking about it because it would have been such a smart thing to do during the lockdowns and whatnot. Like, well, everyone's in their own car, right? Well, it was a land situation, so they didn't get it. They didn't get to do it. And they'd really already sold off all of the stuff that they needed. So yeah, it's too bad.
Excuse me, my allergies.
But anyway.
Yeah, they'd sold off pretty much everything. And they would have to buy back all the equipment or buy new equipment and all that. And it's like, but yeah, it's a great little place by us. We'd make a date night of it, stop off and get, some snacks, chicken, and just go there and spend the night having a double feature and having a great, date night.
So speaking of movies, Connie, what are you looking forward to that's going to be coming up?
John Wick.
The new John Wick film?
I already saw that one. There's the 5th one's coming out.
Yep. Oh, okay.
They're
Yeah.
going to be in production of that one.
You're excited about that one? Okay, good.
I don't think I've seen any John
Wick. Because I haven't. Everyone keeps giving me stuff about it because I haven't gotten around to it. It's like it's on my to-do list. It really is. I know they're good movies.
They are.
The star of that one?
That's Keanu Reeves.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's those movies. Okay.
Yeah.
Each of the John Wicks, the body count gets higher and higher and higher. That's a spoiler.
Oh yeah, no, that's not a spoiler. It's just what you do with sequels. You got to get bigger and bigger each time, right? Right? Yeah. Indiana Jones, excited for that one?
I'm gonna wait till
Destiny?
Yeah,
no. It's sad because so many things we feel like we really should be excited for, just not, I mean, and so many things that you'd think I'd never miss. Like the last Star Wars movie. I've never even seen it. Never even saw the last Star Wars movie.
I didn't either.
Star Wars fan.
Yeah. I after the Last Jedi, I was done. I just no more. And my pops was a big fan of John Wick. Unfortunately, he only saw the first 2. Yeah, I get
Sorry
you.
for your loss, Edward.
But you know what? That's why we enjoy the things that we can enjoy while we can, because we don't have forever.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
We got a very short time on this ball of rock. Got to enjoy the things that we can while we do, and that is why I get so upset at people that are like, "Well, it's just a movie, or it's just this, or it's a show for kids," or it's like, you know what? You have your things that are important to you. Back the heck off of the things that are important to me. The action in the Wick movies is off the chain, and you can tell the actors are really performing stunts. Yeah, I mean, I really gotta respect people like Keanu Reeves and Tom Cruise and whatnot. All these people doing their own stunts. I mean, it's just crazy, and they do it, and they do it for real. It's
And
just
some of them are
amazing.
really dangerous. I mean,
Yeah.
Tom
Oh, yeah.
Cruise has had one.
Tom Cruise is nuts, but I gotta still respect that, you know?
Well, I think there was one movie that he was doing a stunt in, and he almost got killed because of it.
I
It was
heard
like
about that.
He landed funny or almost landed on something. I don't remember what it was, but yeah, he almost got killed doing one of his own stunts.
Jackie Chan's almost gotten killed a whole bunch of times. He's busted up more bones than I think he has. It's just crazy.
Was he the one that jumped from one roof to another roof and broke his foot?
Yep.
Yep.
And then through the rest of the filming, he had like a cast on with a sock, and they painted a shoe on it. So you kind of didn't notice.
I think Jackie Chan broke more bones than Evel Knievel.
Yeah, very possibly. Very possibly. But yeah. Oh, who remembers Evel Knievel, right? I mean, I had the who was it? Was it LJN? I can't remember who put out the Evel Knievel figures with the stunt ramps and the motorcycles and stuff. They were just about in scale with the Mego action figures, but they clearly were not Mego because they had these bendy. It was like a rubber body with a bendy a skeleton, because it was really just a prop to put onto the motorcycles and whatnot. But yeah, I had all of that stuff. I had the Evel Knievel the big van, the red, white, and blue van, and I had two motorcycles, the long blue chopper and the regular white one. And I had there was this like rocket sled that he had. I had that too. But yeah, Rumble in the Bronx is a good one too.
How disappointed were
my
you?
cousin had all those stuff what you were saying too, so
Yeah.
So how disappointed were you when Evel Knievel said he was going to jump the Grand Canyon, and he didn't jump the Grand Canyon, he jumped over a corner?
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm sitting there going, this guy's going to jump the Grand Canyon? Instead, he just jumped over this little corner, and it's like, that's not jumping the Grand Canyon.
It's like when people swim across the English Channel. They go to the narrowest point. They've done it, but they're also being reasonable. So I get that. Jackie was excellent in The Master with the correct fingers.
10 Fingers of Death.
10 Fingers of Death. Yeah. Didn't he also do a movie where he played like the Drunken Master or something like that?
Yeah.
I can't remember. It was probably called the Drunken Master or something like that. Yeah. I didn't actually see the movie, but I've seen some of the fight scenes from that. Just brilliantly choreographed. And I'm sure he must have, done most of the choreographing himself. He really is a master. He really knows what he's doing. So yeah.
I love the bloopers on his at the end.
Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of them are him hurting himself or messing up a take or something. But you got to figure those things happen, especially when he does some of these very, very complicated. There's one that he's done in a number of different films that is this thing that he does with a ladder where he picks it up and spins it around and then jumps through it and all this kind of stuff. And it is so complicated that it's got to get messed up from time to time. And yeah, you're right. Some of the DVD extras, you see him, oops, that didn't work. Let's try that again.
Yeah.
It's a dope.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah.
Yeah, it's like I remember the early Jackie Chan movies where they're more comedy than anything. And that's where I kind of fell in love with watching his movies, because they were martial arts, but they were fun.
Yeah.
I've seen Bruce Lee, but this was Jackie Chan and he was funny. And it's like, but this is different. I like this.
That is true. The earlier back in the 70s, the karate films were all pretty serious, although they were over the top. They were in that kind of it's a style that I don't think we've ever really done much here in the United States. It's they're taking a ridiculous fantasy concept but being very, very serious about it. You see it a lot in anime. And that's kind of how I saw the 1970s era karate films. But then, yeah, it's like they did kind of start to go, okay, we know this is a bit ridiculous. Now we're going to be a little tongue in cheek with it. And that's when the comedy started to come in. And then it took it. There was this whole new wave of it here in the States, but it almost becomes its own genre at that point.
Mm-hmm.
No, it does.
Yeah.
So, Connie, what do you have coming up?
In what way?
On YouTube, channels that you're on, things that you're doing, stuff like that.
I'll be doing some more birds, animals from time to time. So,
oh, great! Look forward to seeing those.
Thank you.
Are you a guest on anybody else's channel coming up anytime soon?
No, not yet. Anyways.
And you did mention in the green room that you're a mod. So, what channels are you mods on?
My first one is Dino's The Late Late Horror Show.
Yep.
Deleted Scenes, You Netter, and You Too, Troy.
Yep.
Jedi Bill.
Right. Jedi Bill. There you go.
And there's another one. Her name is Kathy, Rich Cat Ranch.
Okay. There you go.
See, Deleted Scenes, you gotta be careful because she's gonna be on
more
channels than you.
I mean, but I know you guys that do the blue wrenching. You guys sometimes I feel like you might be stretching yourself kind of thin, but you guys work so hard, and it's really you guys that make these channels happen because
absolutely
it's hard on this side of the camera. It really is. Without a little bit of help in the chat, it just go crazy. If I had hair, I'd pull it out.
It's like I try to stay in StreamYard because YouTube lags about 20 seconds or so, 15-20 seconds, and if I'm watching the stream or watching the chat in YouTube, the images throw me off because they're not in sync. So I keep it in StreamYard where everything is real time for me. And so in StreamYard, you can't do like @ and somebody's name. It doesn't recognize it. So I have to switch back to YouTube just to do the @ and the person's name and type a comment to them. So going back and forth like that can be kind of challenging. So I do appreciate so much how Deleted Scenes puts all of the links for everybody's channels in there and takes care of all that for me. And if we haven't had this happen in a while, I just knocked on my computer, but I got wood around here somewhere. Here, knock on wood. We haven't had any bots in a while, but Deleted Scenes is like the first one to zap that bot.
Yeah, exactly.
Bots are so important.
I got a little trick for you. If you if you say for subscribers only for like 1 minute, it might help.
Oh yeah. I've heard that before, and I think if it comes up again in the future, that's something I'm definitely going to try. Edward says that Dino's channel changed his life back a couple of years ago, and Deleted Scenes said that Late Horror Show was where he and Connie met. They've got a great community over there.
Absolutely,
definitely fun to hang out at. So if you're not subscribed, please do. Definitely.
Age Boomer said he's been meaning to check out the Late Horror Show.
Yeah,
you gotta check it out. It's a fantastic channel.
And even if you can't check it out live, that's a great channel to check out if you want to just play one of his videos just in the background, like when you're working or even when you're trying to fall asleep. I mean, just anything. Yeah.
It's like there are a lot of YouTubers out there that I just kind of put them on in the background when I'm at work and just kind of listen out of the corner of my ear. And it also helps the day to pass by a lot faster because it's like when you're at work and it's like, I don't really want to work today, but you got to get your work done. And listening to the other YouTubers, it really just helped the time go by faster. It's like you get caught up in their stories and in their, whatever it is they're talking about. And before you know it, your day's over. And it's like, wow, I just spent the whole day listening to YouTubers.
Yeah, exactly. It's not a bad thing. You definitely when you're in the chat and you're there live, there really is that connection and communication that you don't get when you're
Mhm.
watching I don't know, a TV show or movie or whatever. You know, you could have this direct interaction, and I really do enjoy that. That's really that I really don't watch TV anymore. It's all pretty much YouTube for me, and
Yeah.
I'm good with that. I am just fine with that.
Yeah, it's like we haven't watched TV in it's been years. Like to watch even like The Mandalorian, he just simply downloaded an
Mhm.
episode from wherever and we'll watch that. But
And I'm after this last season, I'm not even sure I want to do that anymore.
Yeah.
It's just
but as
True.
far as like TV, we canceled cable years ago. So yeah, we don't even do anything with that.
I
do
have a,
sorry.
go ahead. I have a
I
Fire
just have-
Stick.
Oh yeah, Fire Stick.
okay.
Okay. I do subscribe to a channel called Philo, Philo.
Yeah.
It's like watching cable, but it's only $20 a month.
Yeah.
And or maybe it's $12 a month.
So she's basically able to get all of her basic cable that way.
Yeah, so if I want to watch a cooking show or something, I can watch, BBC, I can watch Food Network, if I want to. But it's like right now I'm just kind of putting on series so I can kind of listen to series too besides YouTubers while I'm
Mhm.
working. So I just finished watching All of Murder, She Wrote. And now I'm on to the Aurora Tea Garden Mysteries. So that's the next one I'm on.
Well, there you go. There you go.
But yeah, that's a great alternative to cable.
Mhm.
Philo. I think it's $20 a month. It's like it's great. The only thing it doesn't have sports channels, and you can't get your local channels. But if you got your favorite, other cable channels that you like, it has pretty much all of them. So that's an alternative for you. Yeah.
Did you ever hear the Miss Fisher murders
No.
I don't think I know that one.
from Canada?
Oh,
Set in 20s, the roaring 20s.
I'm going to have to see if they have that on there. I love those mystery shows.
It's
Everyone
silly.
says his wife loves Aurora. Yeah,
Yes, she does.
she's really good at figuring out those mysteries, and they're not campy the way she figures them out, and they're usually logically figured out rather than just, oh, I see, I don't know, some guy wearing a blue shirt. That reminds me, the killer must have been wearing a blue shirt with buttons or something. It's like, how does that make any sense to figuring out the murder? I noticed that a lot in the Angela Lansbury Murder, She Wrote,
Mhm.
where sometimes she'll come up with a clue, and it's like, how does that make any sense at all? That just didn't. It's like she'd be like looking at a pen, and suddenly she'd have this epiphany, and it's like, how? That doesn't even tie into anything, And then she'll the writers try to make it force fit,
Mhm.
and it's like, no. Especially at the last season or so, it everything just seemed kind of forced. It's like, nah, it's not the same show. Oh, the thing that always bugged me is, why didn't she ever have a cell phone? During the course of the show, cell phones had come out.
Mhm.
Lots of people on the show would pull up their cell phone, make a call. She never had one, and she always needed a phone when she was in trouble, and she never had a cell phone. It's like, why? She was a famous mystery writer. Why don't you have a cell phone?
Yep.
Another
Okay.
one. Go ahead.
No.
Another one you might like is Murdoch Mysteries.
Oh, yeah,
Turn into Centuries.
I think that one I can get on Philo, so I'll check that one out.
Okay.
So, Troy, what is coming up on Friday night? Last call tomorrow night.
Tomorrow on Friday Night Last Call, I'm going to be having what I consider to be an interesting topic. I'm calling it Terminator Talk with guest bartender, Deleted Scenes, who is in the chat, dropping all the links. But we are going to be talking about not only the Terminator franchise, but the warnings that films like the Terminator and other such science fiction have given us over the years about AI and robots and automation, and how so many of those warnings have been going unheeded and how I actually see so much of that actually happening in the world. So I think it'll be an interesting topic tomorrow night over a White Russian.
Yep, and I'll be the bouncer as usual.
Yeah, well, yeah, and
I might actually have to try that White Russian because I do like Kahlua.
well, what I'll do is I'll make you a Kahlua and cream, and you can try my White Russian, and if you like it, then we know we can expand you. But a White Russian's a bit stronger than a Kahlua and cream.
It's just Kahlua cream and vodka, isn't it?
Yes, but it's a little bit more vodka heavy, and it's a little bit more coffee heavy. So
I forgot about the coffee thing.
Yeah. Coffee liqueur. So yeah, it'll I will enjoy it, but you may or may not. But I will still make you a Kahlua and cream, and you will enjoy that.
And then
Both are good.
Absolutely.
And then of course Saturday, right back here on Netters Network, we will be having a rewatch of Bells on Her Toes, which is the sequel to Cheaper by the Dozen, the original Cheaper by the Dozen. And the story is basically continuing. The father had passed away. The mother is now taking over and having to take care of her 12 children. And so this is the sequel, which I've never seen. So this is going to be interesting. Let's see. So that's Saturday. Sunday, we have deleted scenes. What time does deleted scenes come on?
Deleted scenes is, let's see. So 7 Central, that's 8 Eastern. Deleted scenes, unscripted, deleted scenes. What is your topic? I don't know.
Put that in the chat.
I know you said, but my notes are not up to date, and I'm just.
Of course, deleted scenes is the lead in to Geeky Geezers.
Geeky Geezers, absolutely. You know, I don't know what we'll be talking about. I'm still putting the notes together, but if you've been paying attention to the geek news, you probably know most of what we're going to be talking about. So.
Most likely.
And that and then of course later that evening back over to deleted scenes for the other side of midnight, which again, deleted scenes, if you could drop a link and or let us know what the topic is, be very interested in that.
Makes me think of Pink Floyd every time I hear that.
Well, momentary lapse of reason, Dark Side of the Moon, sure, I get that.
Let's see, Monday. Anything going on?
I don't know about anything else coming up until next Thursday. Okay, that's as far as I get.
Wednesday, no clue. If something's going on, you know about it, put it in the chat so we can mention. Otherwise, next Thursday, right here on Netters Network, we will be having a guest host, Logical Spot.
Yep.
And I know, well, he was in the chat. I don't know if he's still here. So, he's a newer YouTuber. One of the things that I try to do here is try to get you some more subs so that your channel can grow, because like PJ from Orville Nation always says, together we grow.
Yep.
And that's also to remind you, please subscribe to our guest tonight, Connie Cleary. And I know that her link is in the description. Should be in the description below, but it's also in the chat. So make sure that you also sub to her. And like I said, sub to everybody in the chat, because together we grow. Let's see. And then at Friday, do you have a guest for that one?
Oh, no, not yet.
And do you remember what Big Al's movie is on that Saturday?
Sure. That's 6/17.
Oh, right.
Big Al presents. It's still
your local gunfighter.
It is still James Garner June. So we'll be watching
Gunfighter.
Support Your Local Gunfighter, the sequel to Support Your Local Sheriff. Support Your Local Gunfighter came out the year I was born, and we'll be watching that 6/17 at 9 Central, 10 Eastern. There you go.
And spoiler alert, he never makes it to Australia.
Well, he certainly doesn't between movies, right? Okay, so there you go.
So that is our week in review. Connie, any last words for our chat?
Peace and love.
Right, any last words for our chat?
Guys, I super appreciate it. I alluded to it earlier in the chat. You know, it really is like hanging out with friends and family on these shows. You know, you guys really do make the show happen. Chatting with us in the chat, You know, I appreciate it. You guys are why we do it. So thanks again.
Deleted Scenes says, unscripted with Deleted Scenes, episode 17. There's something about Gwen. Sunday. He says
Oh,
8
I know where
p.m.
that's going. Okay.
Mhm.
Link will be up as soon as the thumbnail is ready.
Okay, awesome. Awesome.
Well, I want to start off my closing
Yeah.
by saying thank you to Connie for being here tonight and being my guest. It was really lovely to speak with you.
You
And
too.
I really do hope you get a bunch more subs just from being here. You know, I really hope to have your channel growing. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what else you have up. You should do a video on how you create your little artworks. I think that would be really interesting to see the process on that. Just an idea.
Yeah, I was thinking about that a while ago.
And it's like, I love seeing people's processes. So
Mhm.
I think that would just be an idea if you want to show people how you do that. And then, of course, as I always say, we can talk amongst ourselves, and that's all well, good, and fun. But it's so much more fun when you guys are joining us in the chat. You're dropping your comments, your questions, your trivia, you're just being goofy, whatever it may be. And it doesn't feel like we're separated by miles or continents in some case. It feels like we're all just hanging out in the same room, having a good time, enjoying each other's company. And you're not just our friends, you're our family, and we love you guys. And I so appreciate that you've decided to spend this time here with us tonight. You could be doing anything, but you're here. And you don't know how much that is appreciated. So thank you for being here. Like I said, we love you guys and we appreciate you being here so very much. And we will definitely see you next time.